Hello, hi, welcome to Roll for Bull. I am your GM, Ben Competence. We are we're an actual play D&D live stream doing Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Speaking of which, here are the Dragonlords. Say hi, Dragonlords.
Hi.
Oh, Dragonlords.
Beautiful friends.
Tammy is muted.
Tammy's muted.
Aw.
Tammy doesn't say hi. She wants us to know she does not care. So she can't even speak up to
Oh
correct
my
us.
God. You are not good. You are going to regret that because I will not shut up all night.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, this will be different. So anyway, we are our D&D actual play stream. We have heroes that are battling to save the continent of Thylia from the Titans, Lutheria and Sidon, and also their mischievous children. Also, a lot of things. It's been escalating lately. I'm not gonna lie. Our heroes have, according to the Pillow, 22 days to save Thylia. As they get closer and closer to this, they are facing greater challenges. They just faced shadows of Euphemian's past self. And now they set off to a new adventure. So let's get to meet our heroes. I'm going to roll a 1d4. And as I do, I'll pick a hero. They should introduce themselves, their character. And I think because we have two holidays. It's Canada Day over in that one place, and then it's Independence Day over in that place that claims to have independence. So, in order to observe this multi-holiday weekend, I'm going to ask each of the heroes to say what holiday would their character declare if they could make their own holiday. I have rolled Tammy,
I wasn't first.
but I'm
Ben,
going
I think
over to
you need
Jen.
to reconsider.
All right. I rolled it again. I rolled it twice. I rolled 3 both times. So that's you.
Oh, so I am going first.
Yes,
okay.
I did reconsider, and I rolled twice, and I got you both times. So that's just...
That's fine. I, unlike some people, have an answer. So.
You do now. Not Tammy Day.
So, anyways, I'm Tammy. I play Kiki, the Triton Barbarian fighter. And if she were to institute a holiday, I believe that she would do something like Barbarian Appreciation Day.
Barbarian Appreciation Day. I love... What would be a tradition in that holiday?
Oh my God, brawls.
Brawls. Yeah, that sounds right.
You're right.
Just
It's
punch
like the
somebody.
purge. Reed, you're right. It just
Or kind of like what Kiki and Cray had there at the amphitheater, put on a show, someone who thinks is a big shot, big mouth, big attitude. Not saying that Cray, but that gets them put in their place, when they go up against a barbarian. But
and then when
barbarian
they
on
both go up
barbarian.
when they go up against a wizard, they both get thrown off a boat.
Just
Yep.
there's the annual tradition of putting somebody in their place. I love this.
Or trying, yeah.
Trying. I rolled for Callista. What do you want to? What holiday would you create?
Ooh. I think Callisto would want to create a holiday that was basically like an excuse to get dressed up and go to the theater. So like, I don't know, maybe like National Thylian, I don't know, Amphitheater Day or something.
Amphitheater Day.
Everyone
Hello,
gets
Meg.
dressed up and goes, oh, hi.
Amphitheater Day. Hello, Meg. Egg is from our Discord, the Green Candle Inn, where I'm bringing together some tabletop people. They're here for their first stream. We're meeting our players. Allie, as Callista just said, that her character would have Amphitheater Day. They could have a holiday. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I got excited. I saw Egg, but I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, just short version. Everybody gets, you decorate the amphitheater, you get dressed up, there's a show, everybody drinks and makes merry.
This is wonderful.
But everyone has to go, so like you don't get any naysayers.
Mandatory merriment. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No naysayers.
You will have fun.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And so then I rolled Reed next. Excellent.
Mute myself. I'm Reed. I'm the human wizard Cleon. And, Yeah, I'm just
Ooh.
out here
Oh,
doing a new thing here. That's a little weird. I think
Nice.
as for holidays, we're gonna go with Naked Book Reading Day. You just like stay home and read a book all day naked.
yes.
I think that's wonderful. Also, for the other people on my group, I don't know if you guys are watching the stream, but Reed full on changed the layout. It says Cleon on his page now.
I wouldn't do that, would I?
Ah,
Never.
ah. I know there's some people that are new to the stream and you don't know what a big deal it is, but that is a thing. It's a thing. Um. Okay. And then last but not least, we have Jen. I don't know why I always roll when there's just one person.
It's
Jen.
always fun,
It's
you know?
fair.
Exactly. I mean, it could go to yourself. You don't know. Yeah, so hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer. I play Crairin, the Wood Elf Monk Papow,
Mhm.
uncle to Arcades and to Ismene. I couldn't think of something for a long time. I think if it was Crairin, it would definitely be a workout day. It'll be that day in PE where you friggin' hate it. And you'd have to do like run laps and stuff and time yourself and that kind of thing. But then you get to have all the fruit that you want after.
That is wonderful. If you guys want to pick one NPC that I'll answer for if you like.
Fruit, not bacon? Ooh, Crayrin.
Oh, right. It's a Crairin, not Jen.
Dedication.
Definitely bacon. Yeah, Jen would be fruit. But Crairin would definitely be, well, vegan bacon right now. Vegan bacon right now because we can't have real bacon. But
In honor of our
Chandras.
fallen god.
Yeah.
Chandras is. Oh yeah, absolutely. What was it? A Chandras would have, a day of indulgence is what he would call it, and it would be one day where it was just basically considered heavily encouraged to do what you want to do that makes you happy without shame of social repercussion, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
oh,
And it would
Seema.
act, and it would, or what's that?
I said, oh, totally Seema.
Yeah, or just, but just one day. Basically, I want to say, kind of like the purge mentality, but not hurting people. It's like if you want to go get drunk, you want to go get laid, you want to go read books naked out in the garden, like just one day where you are encouraged to not really worry about what other people think to an absurd degree. Gift giving would be horrifying. So I think that would be Chandras's holiday.
Awesome.
We have some new people here, so I'm gonna go over the stream real fast. If you're watching, some people are new, so hi. We are an interactive actual play. I think we're one of the only ones that does this. We're the only one I know, but I don't watch enough. Basically, players are encouraged to talk to us during the stream. You can use your channel points to give boosts to the heroes. I briefly wanted them to be able to buy penalties, and that was shot down for some reason. And you can also talk to us, ask questions, figure out the game. We love talking to players, love talking to the viewers, and I think there's a little bit of canon there about the. I sort of, in my mind, what the audience does sort of softly represents what the people of Thylia think of the heroes right now. So it's always been a little bit of a canon what they do. But anyway,
It truly does
Re-
help to like interact with us though, because like last week it was the audience members who decided where we're gonna go today.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
please interact with us.
I think we're up to 4 times that the audience has successfully made a huge positive difference in the campaign. So Reed, if you have announcements, you have your announcements, then I'll have mine, then I'll summarize this where we are and jump in.
We have a store. That is a fun place where we have a bunch of merch. It helps us out if you wanted to support us. Streamlabs.com/rollforbull/merch. And as you can see, Tammy is showing off our Roll for Bull t-shirt. I've got the non-V-neck one.
And I have none.
They're very soft. They're very nice. And yeah, if you want to check those out and show your support for us, when people ask what the heck that's all about, you can say, hey, it's this really cool actual play.
That makes me happy. Yeah, Meg, you're downloaded the app for us. That's very flattering. Yeah, let us know what you think. If you have any questions, let us know. We're here. We love you, just as friends, but we do. And let me think. Okay, so my thing that I have is for those of you that follow, I've been doing professional GMing for a while. And as of 2 weeks ago, it's kind of my full-time job. So I'm opening new tables. I'm open, and you, I think if you put the exclamation bin in the chat, let me try. There we go. You can reach out to me about running an adventure for you or joining an adventure that I have going. I just started new tables today for a game that's not Dungeons and Dragons, called City of Mist. It is a modern day fantasy magical crime story. Basically, you are a mundane person infused with power of mythology to help you solve and fight crime. So you can be a lounge singer with the power of Bast, or a socialite with the power of Excalibur, or as my wife played, a social media influencer with the power of Bloody Mary. She has a wonderful imagination. This seats for this are now open. I'll put the link for this one in there. But if you have any questions, let me know. A City of Mist. I think we're good. Show of hands, who's ready for us to kick some butt? Let me see. So, as I guess another message. I had a time-sensitive message I gotta get out there. So, we are now beginning. Our heroes have finished Typhon, the Maw, a pit into hell, where they saw the pit to hell and said, no, thank you, and decided to keep moving. An oddly simple recap of what happened, but they now find themselves back on the ship, the Dryad, as they resume their journey across the sea in search of the wisdom, of the power, of the allies, of the resources that will help them to fight the Titans and save the world, as it were. You guys have gone back. I think I said you did that in a day, so it's kind of late afternoon, going on evening that day. It's pretty straightforward session. As we begin, I'll have ominous music just because you guys are still around that area. As you're reboarding the ship, I love you, honey. I texted my wife and asked her to bring me some water because I was really thirsty and didn't want to get up. She's amazing. Thank you. As you guys get on the ship, I think that Bulbug would look back, the Minotaur would look back and just say, well, that was fast. Are you all right? Did anybody get hurt?
We're fine. We're great.
It's he goes, that's good. You look tired. You all okay? Euphemian, you all right? Kiki?
It was
Yeah.
a lot. We're just going to turn in.
Yep.
Okay, he goes, very well, and Glorious would offer each of you, whether you needed wine or rest or comfort, Glorious would want to tend to you all. I'm checking my lights. And he would basically ask, are you all okay? You must have been terribly shaken up. He would look at each of
It's
you.
hell.
Oh,
like,
it must have been very
literally.
rough. Oh,
And figuratively. So, I mean, yes and no, because we're cool.
oh. Well, yes, you're very, very cool, but are you feeling well? That must have been terrifying.
Oh, by the
wanna-
way, Euphemian, is it Euphemian now, or what do you want?
Oh, is he possessed? Are we in danger?
No. No. It's just a matter of preference, really. I mean,
Oh,
bro, what do you want, man?
I
Preference has changed. Well, my lady, we're glad to have you aboard. And he bows.
not quite like that.
Oh, my apologies.
Not today, anyway. But
Oh, okay.
I've had to do some introspection.
That's never any fun, is it?
It's terrible. The unexamined life seems an awful lot more fun.
It is, believe me. But since you did do this, my dear, what did you come up with?
I think I've been living another man's life too long at this point. There's really nothing left for me to hold on to. And so I'm going to go back to using my own name. Start forging a legacy with that.
I see.
So,
So what should I call you then?
Cleon.
Leon the Magnificent.
Should I call you Cleon the Magnificent?
It's a bit of a mouthful. Cleon is fine.
Did Kiki say Cleon the Magnificent out loud?
Sort of under her breath a little bit.
Okay. If Kiki said that out loud, I want to use Minor Illusion to just like write in glitter behind him, Cleon the Magnificent.
And I'll be like, oh shit.
Now you what it feels like having like little hearts around you all the time.
And
Drop it, hearts around Kyron.
Lorius is gonna say, well, introspection is never much fun, but knowing yourself is. And he's gonna try and take your hand and put his hand on top of it. He's gonna go, proud of you, Cleon. Are you tired?
I am exhausted. I think I'm just going to have a nap, curl up with Arcades.
Oh, yes, of course.
You're a
Get
bit
rest
quiet.
and-
You are faint.
Microphone. I have it set to like not be sensitive, and now I can't even move away. He says, yes, get some rest, and we'll be here. You've earned it, and it'll take us a while to get to where we're gonna go. And he like sort of without like almost more maternally than anything, sort of like leans over and kisses you on the forehead, and just sort of, and it's like he goes, the rest of you, Kiki, Lester Craren. And Laurie's just like looking at you, like he's just sort of very subtly shifted into that, almost like caretaker vibe of what can I do for all of you.
I'm probably gonna go do some pull-ups. Then I'll feel better. So
Yes.
bye. And he just goes and clambers up the mast and just starts like, swinging off of one of those net thingies and just starts doing pull-ups.
Oh. Okay. See, the unexamined life. And he looks at Kiki and Callista.
I think I'm just gonna go and make myself a quick snack. A little light lunch, something.
Absolutely. Do what you need to do, my dear. And Callista, what do you want to do?
I actually have some transcribing to do. It's quite a intense experience that I think we need to document. So I was just gonna sit here and write. Who has Ismene?
I think that Bullbug would have Ismene right now.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, if you could just, I can take her, or if you want to just come sit with me, I can tell you about what we saw. But I just wanted to kind of hang out.
Oh, absolutely. And he goes, yeah, I'd be glad to sit with you. He joins you. I think as you guys are going to see we can set sail for the next destination. it would be about late afternoon of 3 days from now. Is there anybody that you guys want to talk to, or any prep or anything you want to make right now?
I'm going to switch attunement to my new sword.
Ooh, yes. Wonderful. You have a fire sword.
I got a fire sword.
That is a wonderful thing to have, a wonderful gift.
Oh, hang
I
on
think
a
I'd
sec.
like talk to Seema, technically, through using the stone. Just be like, the whole entire, hey, checking in, I love you. Nothing crazy with Chandris or Lorius. I was gonna go and look into the pit of hell, and I didn't. That kind of thing. Just kind of catching her up onto the weird things that have happened. But that
Oh.
weird Krarin way, so that Seema's like, what the fuck? You
Yeah.
know?
That's fantastic. You send this, and she sends you back a message that says, Acostus is trying to build his forces. He's offered amnesty and gold for the crimes of anyone who aids him. Our allies considering. Please advise.
Oh, that's deep. I'm gonna go talk to Euphemia, gotta remember that. Cleon instead. I just want to send a message right away.
Mhm.
Since I have to go and have a chat and let my friends know what's been happening. So I'll wait until everybody has their what they want to do, and then I'll have a chat with everybody about what's going to happen, about how Acostus is gathering forces.
It had been a little while since we heard from this fucker.
Too good to be
So-
true.
Maybe he just faded off and isn't an antagonist anymore.
Mhm.
Maybe he got bored, which is honestly how I might write out Chelsea at some point.
Maybe Val's put him in his place a little bit. I don't know.
Maybe he was content just being a dickhole.
There's 90 things I could say here that I don't want to.
Question of the week next week. What was Acostus really up to?
So
Yeah, if anybody else
um,
wants to do stuff, I'll talk to them about Acostus later.
what does anybody have anything they want to do?
Well, I was just gonna say that I'll have gone to the kitchen and prepared myself a little plate of cold meats, fruits, crackers, cheese, whatever, and I will go and leave one just in the area where Euphemia and Arcady sleep for them to have a little snack when they wake up or if they feel like it, and then I'll just go sit on the deck and just kind of chit chat with whomever I see as I'm eating my little stuff.
Okay. Let me see. You go out and you do this, and you're sitting out on the ship deck, and someone else approaches you. You hear this several footsteps on the ship, as she draws closer, and you hear, "Hi! How was your trip?" And you see Nessa the centaur. Still inexplicably, 2 red butterflies flying around her. Not a magical effect, just she seems to attract butterflies somehow.
Oh.
And a flower wreath. And and she's sort of looking at you, just very happy to catch up.
I may have rolled my eyes a little bit as soon as I heard the hi. It's like, huh, great, here we go. But
Hi.
I'm not gonna send her off.
Mhm.
Well, it was certainly something unexpected, but sort of expected, but interesting. So I'll
Oh.
kind of give her the Cliff's notes of it.
Oh,
Just-
there were two Euphemians? That must have been
Yeah.
confusing. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Oh, the other one was an asshole, though. No, we definitely had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But just so you know, our Euphemian, he's going by his real name of Cleon. He's just,
Oh no! So you got rid of 2 Euphemians?
well, no, he's still the same guy. He's just going by his real name instead of, some people will go by their middle name or whatever. And he's like, after having met this other asshole guy, maybe I kind of don't want to be like linked with that.
I think I understand.
Wants to
his
be
name-
true to who he actually is. So
Oh, okay. So true Euphemian is actually Cleon. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to get him something. Congratulations to Cleon. Was it scary being? Was it scary being out there on the island?
not scary, but just, you think you're prepared for what you're going to encounter, but then when you're
No.
encountering it, it's like this usually it's how it goes, but then when you actually face it, then it's not what you expected, but it's not better, but it's not entirely always worse, but necessary. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it sounds interesting. It sounds like it's a lot of different things, and sometimes a lot of different things are better than one thing, because sometimes you can sit there and you can frolic with one person over and over again, but it gets a little boring. So I get what you mean, that sometimes even if it's a little dangerous, like Fallen, he's a little intense, but he's like a sometimes guy, So like I get it.
I can understand. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my god. Want some snacks?
Okay. And she just like reached. I wanted her to eat them like a horse, but I decided against it. She's gonna grab them and just like help herself, and be like, if you ever get scared or if things like seem a little too like many things, I'd be happy to help out. People say I have a really simple perspective, and it's a good way to keep a good head on your shoulders.
I
Okay,
can see how
so
that could come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
she's not a Costas' spy. Never mind.
That would be so diabolical. Do you mind if I sit here with you for a little while?
No, not at all.
She's
How
gonna
are
fold
things
her
with
legs and they're doing-
Glorious?
Oh, he's wonderful. He's so nice and supportive. He knows all about love.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just very sweet to me. And I think that sometimes the best way to be in love is to find somebody who wants to be loved by you, but then also you get a chance to give your own love back. It's just, he wanted somebody to love and I wanted somebody to love, and it's nice to get to experience that together. He's really sweet.
He certainly is.
Yeah.
I'm glad he makes you happy.
Oh, he does. You're pretty nice too. I mean, I don't have to be soul bonded to somebody else, but if you're looking, you can let me know.
I'm well aware of that. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you very much.
I wanted to make that offer. Do you mind if I play some music?
No, please.
Okay. Let me know if you like this. And she sits there and she pulls out like this flute. And she starts to play this beautiful melody that just sounds like a morning song. And you realize she actually does know how to play the flute very well. And she starts to just like play this and just sort of sit next to you. And carry this tune that sort of almost evokes the lightness of her heart.
Kiki's actually enjoying this. She's very pleasantly surprised that there's something decent she could do. This is really nice.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns.
I was tempted for that for a second, but then I was like, well, they literally just like sit there having Woodstock for like 20 years. She probably learned an instrument. Yeah, you figured a theremin. Makes us put a feed strap on a feed bag and strap on her wrist. That, I was tempted. I was tempted. Um, Callista, is there anything that you wanted to be doing right now?
Nope. I think I'm just focusing on kind of sitting quietly and transcribing. And if Bulldog's hanging out with me, I'll probably tell him about it a little bit, and then maybe kind of gloss over the part where I was unconscious and in death saves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just put like a little symbol in there to go back at some point. Um, yeah, just hanging out.
Excellent. Bulbug would not be too worried about you dying in death saves. This is not a thing that would bother him because he genuinely believes that you guys are just like above being in danger. He's not protective of you in that sense because he's just like, oh, okay, yeah, she was bleeding out and dying. She's got teammates. She's fine.
That's fair, but I think Callista's trying not to think about it either.
Yeah. Let me see. I think when you're talking, I think Bulbug would say you weren't scared, were you?
Scared is maybe not the right word, but I it seems like anytime that I lose myself in emotional responses to things, things kind of go sideways. Um, so I don't know. I just, I got really upset, and at Dengren, and then I got turned to stone, and this time, that asshole was insulting Kyra, and I like wanted to get a dig in instead of helping my teammates, and just got kind of humbled a little bit. It's I think I'm just realizing that I'm not. I don't know. Everyone else can really take a beating, and I'm kind of better from the sidelines, and I keep trying to charge in to, you know, the center of the action, and it's really not made for me.
Yeah, but like that's who you are. Is the person who wants to charge in and help people.
I could do
So
better focusing on helping people, though, instead of hurting people.
you're doing pretty well right now. Being the way you are, you've been able to help out a lot of people. I'm not saying you haven't made any mistakes. I mean, you brought me aboard, but
No, not a mistake. Hardly. You've been an incredible asset.
well, that's what I'm saying about you. And he like slaps you on the back because because that's my point is that you're believe me, you don't always have to do the smartest thing. You just got to do the most honest thing, and that's who you are.
Thank you.
That's how I see it.
I'm lucky that you're around to remind me.
Yeah. Glad you think so. And he pulls you in, kisses you on the head. Um, Fimian, anything you want to do at this moment? Ignore my voice dropping low. I'm not planning anything.
Okay. Well, all I was going to do was get, like I said, gather up Arcades, turn in for the night early, just attune to my new sword.
Okay. You are attuning to your sword. This sword is a personification. This sword is in honor of the timeline being, of the snarl and the time being severed. This is your reality now. And as you hold the sword, you hear it asking you, who are you?
I am Cleon of Miletus.
That is your name. Who are you? Truly. We are here because names don't matter as much as people think.
Actions are what matters. We've saved Mitros, liberated the great task, completed the great tasks, liberated the survivors of Hexia.
What will you do with the power that I'm giving you?
I hope only to protect.
Am I to kill?
I would be lying if I said no. But it's never the most desired outcome.
This. I don't know if the microphone picked up. It said, what is?
I hope to save lives. To stop the unjust from enforcing their will on others, and to let people live free in a way I didn't get to.
There are years that I lived and never lived, where I was to be a weapon to enforce wrath wielded by one who longed for power. I was that. I never was that. And now I will be for freedom. You are very different, but I will join with you. And you can attune this blade. Do you have a name for the blade?
Yes, the sword is called Hearthfire.
That's right. That's right. We did go over that. Hearthfire is attuned to you. As you are finishing attuning to this,
You're fading out again, Ben.
why? I'm being dramatic. Why?
It seems like it's just amplifying everything over a certain volume. So once you reach a certain volume level, it gets loud and you're easy to hear.
Can
So
a bitch set a mood? God damn. I need.
I
I
don't
need
want to
to.
interrupt for that.
No, I need to be interrupted for that. It's very important that I know right away. Thank you. Thank you. You're talking this and you feel the sword joining with you. And then you hear this voice that says, "Are you finished with that?" As you finish the ceremony, you become aware of Chandra's voice. Where were you when you were doing this again?
I would have been in sort of the sleeping quarters that the four of us share.
Mm-hmm. He would have been he's in the door frame.
What can I do for you?
That plate of food is not for you, Chandras. Get your own. I'm not there. I didn't say that.
I would like to speak with you and the others, including Prayerin. Can you please get them together?
All right.
I apologize. Captain, my captain, please, I request the generosity of an audience with you and your other leaders, if that would be so kind. I don't typically have to put on a show for you. I have to do that for Acostus and his wife, but I thought that I would.
I'm
We
not
could do a little more.
looking for a show. I just was hoping that there would be a little context following.
I have an offer for the four of you.
All right. I'll go and see about rounding up the squad.
Heroes
Um,
assemble!
The keep hearing bells. The subtle shade of Acostus's wife is one of my favorite things I've put in there in a while. But
Don't let her hear you say that.
where where would you want to meet? Just for a mood. I'm not like setting a trap. Just for a mood. Where would you gather everybody from you?
Probably just above decks if there's a quiet place. Unless we were specifically requested for somewhere more private.
He would want to talk private, but he wouldn't really care where that is. If it's above deck and you guys are away from everybody else, that's fine.
Okay.
He has you guys out, and it's dark now. Like I'm just gonna say the starlight out, just a mood thing. He has you all out, and he's sort of. By the time you guys gather, he's been there for a little while. He's looking out at the sea, looking out at the stars. Give me one moment. He's out looking at the stars, and he just said, and he says, without turning back, he says, "So, Leon now, correct?"
That's the intent.
Far be it from me to contest that. Gloria spread the news. He was very happy about it. And so you've got yourself a new gift, and where are you off to now?
A voice on the wind said to take us to the Isle of the Chimera.
Always believe in fate. Anyone that's here can roll an insight check if they'd like.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yep.
Get ready to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh, 26.
22.
18.
Oh, I
How the
don't care.
fuck? Wait, how did you get 26 on insight? You have +7 insight, Cray?
Uh-huh.
How did I not know this?
Because every time that you do a wisdom check, Jen says she's terrible at them.
Oh.
Okay, so all three of you, besides Kiki, see, the things that he's saying right now are very insincere, but not like in a manipulative way. They're in that way when you're kind of buying time because you don't want to have the conversation you clearly want to have.
Hmm.
Like he's very uncomfortable with what he's about to say, so he's like trying to delay it for as much as possible.
All right, Chandi, just spit it out. I think we've been through enough now.
We have. You have.
I mean, like, together. We've been together through stuff, you know? Just tell us.
Are you leaving?
You know, I spent years, decades, in the innermost circle of Lutheria. I have known pleasures and sights that I don't think any of you will ever know. And I have been cherished by a titan. And I've thought for a long time that I had a wisdom that none of you could understand. I thought that I was deigning to be on this ship because it would help me where I needed to go. I've seen more in these weeks than I've seen in some of the years on her barge. And I've started to understand, to see the wisdom in some other perspectives. I think that's all that really needs to be said.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're here.
For real. We
You
are.
really are, aren't you? The two of you, the four of you.
Guys, is anybody watching? Can you just look around for a sec? Is anybody watching?
No.
No? No? Okay. Then I'm gonna go give him a hug.
It's not.
Okay, where is Kyra for this? Like, this is
And he's-
huge.
I know, right?
He's just gonna pick, and he's just gonna take this, and he's just gonna be like, not hug Quarren, but like pat him on the shoulders.
There.
You can.
I pick him
you
up. Am I strong enough to pick him up?
You can try. You
Okay.
probably could. You start trying to pick him up because do you want to know if I have hellish rebuke? Do you want to find out?
I put him down.
Yes. Pray even you have some insight to lend sometimes. Kiana, I want to ask you something. If there was a riptide or a cave or a door on the next island, wherever that may be, and I told you for a second time to just trust me and go in there without any questions asked, would you do it?
You've given me no reason to doubt.
No, yes, I have. That's my point. That's my point, is that I've given you
Well,
reasons
you've
to
not
doubt.
stabbed me in the back per se. You always threaten it, but you haven't actually tried to kill me yet. It may bite me in the ass, but I'd be willing to listen to you.
You know that when I came aboard, when I guided you to the Nether Sea, my goal was to get back on in Lutheria's favor by telling her that I presented her with the 4 Dragonlords.
Oh, you made it no secret. But you didn't.
I don't think I will. I have seen Lutheria as having a purity of mind and philosophy, a clarity that makes Kyra and Alice and don't get me wrong, they're who they are. He looks at Callista and like watches his words. He goes, they're who they are. It's not like I'm suddenly have a love of poetry or garish whatever it is that Valis carries with her all the time. She always has those clothes. I don't understand.
Give it time, Chandris.
I don't want to give it time. What I'm telling you is that whatever wisdom there's needed for this world, whatever truth is needed in this world, people like the four of you are going to find it more than Etheria has it. So if you want my help, my true, actual help, bringing an end to this, then I'm telling you that I don't want this to be an uneasy temporary alliance. If you can manage without Kyra or Lorius or any of them making this more uncomfortable than it already is, I offer my services in sincerity and full to the crew of the Dryad, the four of you. I would like to
I
be
will. Sorry, continue.
I would like to be not just in temporary alliance, but an ally, trusted and with those that I trust.
I will stand in front of him and I will put my hands on both of his shoulders and look him in the eye. And I will say to him, I realize how hard this is for you to say to us. But just know we do appreciate having you with us on our side. And we will do whatever we can to keep you safe as well. We are happy to have you. I'll put my hands down, but then I'll just kind of go bonk on his shoulder with, rather than hug him like Gray did. I'll just do that. But
I already hugged you, so don't tell anybody about that shit.
I'll just reach out to shake his hand.
He's gonna look out and say, Leon?
I'll just, business-like, approving shake of the hand.
He says, and he looks at Callista and sort of looks at Callista, not saying anything at all. Nothing to say.
She's
you're
like
so cute.
shaking with like the effort it takes to not hug him right now. Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't. Okay, so I agree with Kiki. I recognize that was like really big for you, but I just need you to know that that doesn't change anything for me because I've always felt like you're a part of the crew. I'm just really excited that you're on board now, metaphorically speaking.
Yes, but now it's true and you're not just gullible. Do you see the difference?
Or was I right all along?
She has her wisdom, you know that.
Can I ask, and I understand if the answer is no, because I do still trust you, what did you have me sign?
Yes, that. Leon? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
The yearbook.
Actually, a marriage certificate.
It is-
You're actually soul bonded to him.
It is the thing that you had him sign. He pulls out. Cleon, do you have the letter? Does he? No, Chandras has it. Chandras has the letter. He pulls it out and shows it
Kiki,
to.
you're whatever you're doing, Kiki, you can hear it.
Okay, sorry.
Chandras pulls out the letter and shows it to Callista, and it has like a bunch of like weird magical script on it, and he says, and he decodes it, and he passes his hand over it, and it says, "I strongly suspect my friends do not trust me." And then after that, it's gibberish, lorem ipsum, nothing in particular. He shows it to you. He said, "I wanted you to sign something sight unseen." My thought was that you would refuse to sign it, and then I would show you this and illustrate to you the gulf between the trust that you claim to have and the trust that you actually had. But then you signed it without hesitation. That confused me. But it surprised me, and you seem to actually, all of you seem to trust me. Does it occur to any of you right now that if I were genuinely a disciple of the Theria's, this would be the perfect way to position you into a terrible mistake?
Oh yeah.
And you'd totally tell us about it.
But can I tell you a secret?
I wish you would.
That would make a much better story.
Have I told
That's
you
a
about
win-win.
have I told you about the weapons Lutheria keeps on her barge?
I know. And
What would that be?
it's a scythe.
You are not the first to think that Lutheria is too far gone. I didn't believe it before, but her brother Sidon felt she was too submitted to madness to be allowed to continue. He tried to craft weapons meant to destroy her mind further, make her unable to continue as she was. Weapons and blades themselves made of the pure madness of seeing into the abyss. He was to have these used upon her. He wanted her assassinated. I know this because because the Titan Lutheria can be very clever, and she was able to wrest those from him. She keeps them on her barge as a trophy. Blades that don't rend the body but the mind. I don't know more where you can find them. I know that she laughs and she is proud of them. Maybe I'm more sentimental than I thought, but I would ask that you would try to broker peace with her first. You had those plans that game. It may actually be possible. But if you can't do that, the people of Mitros are they're not worth saving. Very few people are. But you're worth allying with.
In that case, I might ask your advice, actually, all of you, since we are here and
I have a lot of
having
advice for you, Krarin. Where would you like
a
to begin?
chat. We're not talking about the hugging part. That's a different type of. Anyways, well, I was saying, oh my gosh, he remembers what happened last time, so he's trying to not blush. But I did get word. Acostus, I think, might be up to some no good. And then I tell them about how I won't say how I got the message. I mean, everybody probably knows how, but I'll say that Acostus has been uh, trying to get more people on his side. He has been it's on here on my note, but I can't remember what it was. Anyways, he's trying to get more armies. He's trying to get people on his side.
You know, still want to do that. He's always had an ego and arrogance. Whether Valis deserves to be called a god, she still is one, and he would sometimes carry himself as if she should be honored to be married to him.
So
imagine
should
that-
we do anything about him gathering his forces in Mitros? Should we head back to Mitros at some point?
I have to imagine anybody he's going to lead is going to be killed. I also have to imagine that if you stop to save them, you're wasting your time and you could be gaining power.
The other point is that it may not be the worst thing in the world that Acostus gather up an army, having them on hand for whatever happens, should the end come, might help.
Can we?
You didn't get
rest
the
him?
impression. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say you didn't get the impression that this army that he's gathering is to be against us, though, right? Like,
Did I
we
get
don't
that?
need to worry.
Did I get that impression, Ben?
You got what you got. You got what you got. It was 25-word limit. I counted exactly 25 words. I can't fit more nuance into that.
Yeah.
If you want to ask her more with a sending spell, you can. But
I will
Chandra's
say
go,
that's my fear, is that he might just wait for us and the Titans to beat each other senseless and swoop in with an army after we're both weak.
And
He
take
wouldn't be the
credit.
first person in
for
history to
something.
do it.
he wants to show a support of you. I don't think he would mind swooping in and doing that.
I mean, he
Crayrin, what exactly did you learn specifically?
Yeah, to tell him word for word, but I don't know what the wishes was, but you should have it there, I hope.
I will put it in the public Discord.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see.
It's weird when you're trying to take notes, it's hard when it's notes on you. But when it's notes on other people, no problem.
Well, yeah, because you have to listen. You have to
100%.
listen and write.
And
But you can't
respond.
listen. Yeah, you cannot do it all.
Yeah, so this is so that's what he said. Acostus is trying to build his forces. He's offered pardon and gold for the crimes of anyone who aids him. Allies are tempted. Please advise.
Remind me, Seema. Who was Seema's allies again?
Is this Acostus asking?
Chandras.
Or Chandras? I didn't say it was
Well-
from Seema. I just said that this was
sorry.
a message
Alright.
that I had received.
And you say, well, then who are your allies that he would be tempted exactly?
I don't know.
I mean, anyone who would help us in Mitros, I would assume.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're good at time. How long did that trust last? He's gonna say, so I understand you want to keep your privacy. I respect that. Let me ask a different way. Why would this person you talk to be concerned about allies talking about Costas?
Well, I think what we have on the boat is basically what we have as our allies that we trust here. So anybody else outside of this boat?
We have the Amazons on our side.
But they aren't
Marion.
neutrals.
Yeah.
We've also got contacts within the cult of the snake.
Really? Interesting. How long have you had those?
Ooh.
Have I been?
It's been... How long has it been now? How old
Yeah,
are
how
you,
long has
Cray?
it actually been? Yeah, how long has it been since we've been friends? Like, since the oath of friendship. So,
My lighting is terrible. I think he's gonna go. Okay. So, putting aside the fact that you are connected to the criminals of Mitros,
that's the more unfortunate.
everyone has a reason. That's not the point. I don't think you're seeing what your friend was saying. Your contact. I assume your business associate, your employee, whatever you have. If those people are being offered amnesty to ally with the king, that means that their loyalty to your friends is in doubt. Which means whatever connections you have are under threat. I just told you how to harm the Titan Lutheria within minutes of changing my allegiance. What do you think your allies will do if they throw in Costas?
Jenna's really tired, sorry. And it's not getting to her head. Somebody else do this. Do the mental
do you want me to
gymnastics and math.
explain what he's saying?
That
Yes.
Seema's in danger.
Yeah.
What he's saying is that if any members of the cult of the snake accept this offer, they might turn over gang information to Acostus.
Okay.
So all of your gang secrets just became as unsafe as Acostus's offer is good.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank goodness Ben said it, because I was not following at all.
No. Seema's what Sean's trying to tell you is Seema is basically saying, hey, there's a chance that any member of our group might sell us out for amnesty.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Do we put a bounty on his head?
I mean, maybe
On
we can make
Acostus?
a better-
Absolutely. I can get the word out.
I mean, maybe we can just make a better offer. I mean, I feel like Acostus isn't a threat as long as Valis is around, but Kyra's been concerning me lately, and I don't know how long we can count on Valis.
How has Kyra been concerning?
Chandris, I trust you. She is cagey. She can't talk about the oath. So there are things that we don't know. There are things we can't know. And she just... I can't tell what is off limits and what is off limits against her will and what is conveniently off limits. And I don't know what's coming when the oath ends.
I just shifted away from it. He looks at you very meaningfully, like it's not hard to change who you worship. It's kind of what he's looking to say.
How long has it been since you spoke to Lutheria?
What's your point?
Does Lutheria cherish and value you?
Continue what you're saying.
That's not a dig on you, just so that you know. Because we do. But it's not easy. I trust her that she's not going to do anything, but I don't know what that means as far as Valis keeping Acostus on a leash. I don't trust him. I don't...
Do you think that Valis might go on the side no matter who it is? Like, do you think she would go with Acostus at the end of the oath? Is that what you might think?
No, I'm more worried that... I don't know, I just have this Do you remember the conversation that Pythor and Kyra had that one time that you heard?
That we heard and they found us? Yes.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know that we can trust that she'll be able to keep him in line. Because I don't know what's going to happen to... for example, if the gods derive their strength from their followers, who knows what'll happen once people start dying.
I see what you mean.
It's hard to say. I just worry. I am worried about Acostus. I know it's personal, but
Please.
Chandras, you were in his circle for a while.
Fortunately.
Do you have any idea what his ambitions might be?
Do you think he'd want to be a Titan or a god?
Oh,
He certainly wants to live up to his name.
I should.
Yes. Acostus has the
Make a
most
note,
banal. Acostus has the most banal of ambitions. He simply wants to be, as Cleon said, someone who lives up to his name. He wants to be someone who is remembered as a great ruler. He would like it very much if he was the hero of this time. You know, before you even got there, he would complain about the four of you, claim that you're usurpers to his destiny.
I mean, he did try to set us up as the people who let Mitros down.
Those are interesting words you just used, Chandras. Usurper of his destiny. That sounds like what we heard on the island we were just with Euphemian and his cronies, whose destiny were supposed to be as Sidon's champions. Is he wanting to be siding with Sidon?
Well,
Frankly, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
This
think-
is just something that crossed my mind when you just said that.
Frankly, I don't
It's
know
too
that he
bizarre not to comment.
I don't know that he doesn't have an allegiance to any side. I think that his hatred of the Titans and laying with the gods, quite literally, is just so that he can be the one who did. I think he takes after his ancestor a bit too much, and that he values his success more than his goals.
Who's the one that was always in his head and bugging him? Was it?
The one
Esther.
who's, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking the note I made in my notebook right here is like, go talk to Esther after this.
How long has it been since you've had that sheet music going after him?
I mean, it's only been a couple of days.
Is it really? Oh shit.
I mean, it's been at least... You did it before the Island of the Scorpion, right? So it's been at least 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Depending how you count the day of the turtle.
That's a good point.
Oh.
Yeah, that would just total day loop. Yeah. So, do you want to talk to him? Or do you want to do that in a minute? Because I think that Sean just be like, I don't think he has an allegiance. I think he just cares about himself and his own success. I think that he wants to be a great ruler of Mitros, but I think he sees Mitros as a foundation for his. I think he sees Mitros collectively as a stat monument to himself.
He's the worst. I mean, he's not the
Don't get me
worst,
wrong. He
but
cares about his people, but he cares about them because they're his.
Well, I mean, we're on the way to the island of the Chimera. Let's go do that. And then hopefully we can maybe gain some insight and then figure out if we should go talk to Litheria or if we should just go to Mitros or what we should do next. But we're on our way down to the island of the Chimera. Let's concentrate on that.
Yes. Very well. Team, are we adjourned?
well, you called this meeting, so
Yes, we're done.
Hands in.
oh yeah, 100%.
Hello, team.
Yeah, we do this at the end of every meeting, Chandra, so you just don't see it. mandatory.
This is what we do as a group. Come on.
He bows.
As he walks past me, can I like try to hip check him a little bit? Oh wait, how tall is he? Can I knee check him a little bit?
You knee check him. You knee check him. He
You grab his tail.
No, I just grab. No. I don't want that
He'll
invitation.
ask you to sleep with him. Be careful.
I'm gonna just bump his knee,
you bump his knee. He turns to you and he goes,
and I smile at him.
Some smiles show joy, some only show teeth.
Oh, mine's definitely the teeth one.
Chandris goes, if I fell overboard, would you dive over to save me?
Of course I would. I can swim.
But I can breathe underwater, so if you go down, I'll go there. That sounds weird.
You didn't
Nope.
hesitate at all when I asked you that. Take care of yourself, Kiana.
Once he leaves and he's out of earshot, I'm gonna be like totally like doing the geek out, freak out with the group, be like, "Oh my god, did you guys see that? Oh my god!"
He was practically friendly.
I knew it. It was only a matter of
We
time.
we have some sort of effect on people. I mean, Cray was a fucking grump right at the beginning. And look at him now.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you still try, but really, you're
Stop
hugging people now, Cray. You're
please.
hugging people, Cray.
Yeah, only in front of you guys. Shut up.
We've worked our magic on Chandris. We're pretty cool,
I have
guys.
not worked any magic on Chandris, and I would prefer you not put that out there.
Just you by being all this here was enough magic to on Chandris, honey.
I think we need to leave, Cal. It sounds like they're making like words at each other.
All right.
Show of hands. Is it okay with ending the first evening here?
Oh wait. No, I wanted to go talk to Esther. Does anyone want to come with me?
Oh,
I'll come with you if you want.
I'll come,
emotional
but
support.
I'll be like
Oh.
a guard.
If
I'm gonna
anybody
be
in
a
the
guard
chat
in the
hasn't,
back.
if anybody in chat hasn't seen Esther Arcalanter or wants to get caught up, please let us know because someone will probably be glad to catch you up.
He's the worst.
He's an ass. He's the worst.
How do
worse
I put
than
this?
Acostus.
He's like
How do
an abusive, like, everything.
How do I put this? Esther might be the most ineffective, weak villain I've had in any of my campaigns with these four, and I think they hate him more than any villain I've actually introduced. It's truly
Thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Do you guys want to give a real quick hello, Sarah Bear? Hello. A real quick summary of Esther. Esther Arcalander is the spirit of one of the founders of the continent of Thylia. He was a dragon lord who helped defend the humans and the elves and the dwarves when they came to the island. This is the ghost in the ship. And then I'm trying to summarize real fast. And then once they dug into his history a little bit, they learned that he genuinely, truly did not give a shit about winning a war, defending people, or fighting evil. He just wanted to be known as a mighty warlord. And there are thousands upon thousands of completely preventable, unnecessary deaths that are on his hands just because he wanted to brag about his kill count.
And not just his hands. He was the chosen of Kyra, so also on Kyra's hands.
Oh yeah, also he tempted and seduced Kyra into doing that, so Kyra's committed a little bit of light genocide on his behalf. Okay, now we're good.
That's an all.
Yeah, that's all. Gamerbot starts this campaign in a week. So anyway,
Good
show of hands,
time.
who's going down there to talk to Esther?
I want to follow. Did we not want
All
to bring
four of you.
Chandris into this?
I don't know how Esther feels about feelings.
I'd like to see the interchange between the two of them.
I
Come on,
don't
Ben,
think.
put on
This
the
is just
show.
Tammy saying
I don't
that.
think we need to subject Ben to this.
I'm okay with that.
Come on, we
I'm
do.
okay with that.
I will send Chandris a quick
You-
message.
Your call.
I'd be like, Chandris, you gotta come see this shit.
What
I'm
message
really
would you send
fast. I can
Chandris?
find him.
Oh, okay, go for it, Curran.
Yeah, I'll just like run around and try to find him because I can run really fast.
Yeah, you find Chandra. If you invite him, he would definitely want to come with you if you have something you want to say.
This guy is like the ultimate dick.
But not the dick that women like or
And
men.
Or Chandra, and he would say, if you spend when you see Esther, he would absolutely. It's like you say you want to bring Esther, he would immediately agree. Like as soon as you got to that, he would say,
Now-
"I know who that is."
Yes, but also keep in mind he also has a tendency to get into your mind. So just be on your guard. He has a way of manipulation.
Yeah. I
Be
mean,
careful.
hey, maybe you're well suited.
The four of you and Chandras go into the quarters. The music is playing still, and you hear. Let me put up. Let me switch music because it's not a live. This music is playing. That music is playing, and Esther doesn't have glasses. You hear this voice that says, "Just make it stop. End it, please."
Well, you've asked so kindly.
Are you ending it?
No?
And the music, you sort of hear this groan, his voice echoing from the boards of the ship in the captain's quarters. And he goes, "You have some business with me. Whatever it is you want. I imagine that you want it badly enough that you brought reinforcements. Oh, you brought a tiefling."
We have...
Cal makes a quick note in her book.
We will...
Why does that bother you?
You've been hiding people from me for a while. People stopped coming in here. I
wonder
assume that
why.
you're scared of what I'll... Because you're scared of what I'll say to them.
No, we just don't like the
Melanthios.
music.
Melanthios was tempted.
He was tempted.
I wonder if there's anybody else I've been able to speak to yet.
I wonder. However, if you're willing to be a good boy and help us out, I'll stop the music.
What are you looking for?
Your ill-begotten offspring.
Oh, that disappointment. Has he done something effectual yet? Has he actually managed to raise arms against the Titans?
Very
Sean
much.
what's that?
Very much no.
Sean just goes, "Yeah, he's been about as effective at stopping Lutheria as you have, sir."
I love it.
And
I
Esther
just
just
reach
says,
behind me and I just hit Kiki on her leg, like really, really, really excited for a second.
and Esther goes, "Oh, this one has a sharp tongue. I can see why you let him in here. So, that pup, that runt, is trying to do something, I presume. He's caused you some problem. And you've come to ask for my help. Tell me what you need."
You've been tormenting him. You've been harassing him, telling him he's not good enough. Which, true though it may be,
It is. Have you met him? Pathetic thing thinks that what he sticks himself into makes him great, but he hasn't actually accomplished anything.
he seeks to work against us. And even in your own way, I'm sure you can agree that ultimately winning this war is to our best interests, all of us. He is actively sabotaging those efforts as a way to prove himself. It's a minor inconvenience.
Don't insult either of us. Euphemian, you hate me. You hate me with every fiber of your heart. And you wouldn't come here and talk to me if you weren't truly worried. So at least bear me the minimal respect of admitting why you're here. A minor inconvenience. You want to consult with me. Act like it.
It is a minor inconvenience to us. There are others who may find themselves in the crosshairs of that. Which does us concern.
There's a part of this where you want my help. Are you asking for me to ask him kindly to stop trying to live up to expectations?
Honestly, how you do it doesn't matter much to me.
So you
Drive
do
him
want me
mad.
to stop him?
If that is something that you would be willing to do.
I mean, considering the way that he flaunts himself as your progeny, you'd think you'd want to protect your reputation a little bit.
One way or another, my reputation will be protected. My legacy will be intact by him or by me.
We have on
want
this
me-
journey both the goddess of bards and probably the one bard who is going to be the main. Probably the one
Do go
bard
on.
who is going to tell this story. Now, it is entirely within our purview, as well as my direct contacts with the people who are in charge of the academy. There is plenty of information that can simply be locked away in a box for a very, very long time. For safekeeping, you understand.
I'm sorry, can I clarify as Ben what you are getting towards with this?
Basically just running through and clearing the history books.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
damn.
someone who's so concerned with his legacy, it would be very easy for us to make him forgotten.
I see.
He's stuck.
Tell me, what's the name of the first Gigan you killed?
That matter.
What's the name of the leader of the Guggens that you killed?
Do you seek to be as forgotten as any of them?
We're probably more famous than you right now, Esther. Do you really want to try that?
You haven't accomplished a third of what I've accomplished.
Thank God for that.
Everything that you've accomplished is now relegated to books and paper and tomes that are mostly studied by academics, and frankly, you haven't been relevant in 500 years. I'm sure if we asked nicely, the town of Astoria would be quite happy to change its name to Pythorville.
Oh, we also know how to rewire the tapestries
Oh,
and
that's
make names be forgotten. that
Ray
never
just kinda
existed.
cracks his knuckles a bit and stretches out
Don't
his
even
fingers.
don't give him any type of indication as to who it is or what. I just want him to know. I don't want him coming after you.
Ray is just stretching out his hands. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. But we know how to make things disappear from history. You know, we have connections. We've been up to a lot, you know. So you watch yourself.
I've done a lot too. And you might not consider all of it. You might not
But who would
consider.
it matter to? It would only be you who would know these things.
Or perhaps we simply let all of the information about what we've found about you so far out to the world.
Please do. I think that they've forgotten. I have it carved on my tomb. Do you think I don't want them to know?
I think that you're thinking that you'll live down in infamy, when at best you'll be remembered as a curse. Someone who even the most vile-hearted person wouldn't spit upon their grave.
I'm a champion. The mighty.
A ghost. A fart in the wind.
You want my help. And you want to make me kneel. You want to bring me to heel over this and to grovel and ask for permission.
I
to
want no
assist you.
such damned thing.
Tell me what you want and present it with any respect because I have nothing to beg for. I have been here hundreds of years before you came along. Yes, you can harm me. Yes, you can possibly twist my legacy, and there are things that you can take from me. There are things that I can take from you. Because I am someone who, as you know, can whisper in Acostus's ear. And I've been watching on this ship for a very long time. I don't care to throw in with anybody during this battle because no one here cares about me. But there are things that I could do. And if you want me to assist, then act like it.
Are you suggesting that you haven't been whispering in Acostus's ear this whole time?
Not that I would tell you.
Well, that I believe.
I understand that you hate me. You're free to choose however you wish. You still came and begged for my ship and consult with me now. You tell me that I'm irrelevant and that I mean nothing. And yet, time and again, you come for my resources, my treasures, my wisdom. That is why I'm not insulted by what you say, because I know you don't mean any of it. You're welcome to puff out your chest such that it is. Things.
You've asked us for one thing already. What else would you require for your assistance?
I kind of lean over to Costas a little bit and be like, see? What a dick. Or not to
You mean
Costas, to
Chandras?
Chandras.
Chandras goes, Lutheria would still laugh about what she did to this man. I'm not too surprised. Esther says, laughed about what? And Chandra says, that she tricked you into accepting a life of eternal damnation on your own ship. And that she had to tell us because no one else told that story. Esther says, get the tiefling out of the room.
No,
Pretty
he's with
please?
us. Did that hurt Chandra? Or did that hurt Costas? Esther.
You annoy, you don't hurt. You want me to have Acostus slow down his tantrum that will harm for the pedestrians that I'll throw in with him. You want me to lower that death? I want something in return for this. I whisper in his ear, turn him away. You let me walk aboard this ship. Offer me a person that can serve as a host for my voice and my eyes. I won't try and leave the ship, but I want to experience this place that is mine, that I created, that I earned. It
It's
could
the
even be one of
stupidest
you.
thing I've heard.
Oh, I'm sure you've heard stupider. And Chandra says, it's true. Sometimes he talks to himself. Listen, we need you, but we're not dumb enough to give you that. Esther says, I'm not a threat to you just by looking around the ship.
You know the saying, give an inch, take a mile.
Well, I guess we'll just keep the song on then for a while.
Is this how you saw
I-
this going?
I would like to excuse myself from the room.
Bye, Callista.
And then when I get when I get within or like out of earshot, I'm gonna cast message to Kyra.
Okay. As you leave, he's going to say, farewell, Satyr. When you cast message to Kyra, what do you say?
I will say, no time to explain. We're negotiating something with Esther. What leverage would you suggest we use? And then I'll cast it again and say, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important.
She waits till the very end of the duration of message and she sends back.
That's a last ditch. It's a cantrip, so I'll just... That's a last ditch. I wouldn't do that to you.
She sends back. I can't think of anything else he'd want that wouldn't be a cost to us.
You're fading out again, Ben.
She says, I can't think of anything else he wants that would be a cost to us.
Okay. I'll step back in the room.
Hello. Good of you to
Did
join
anything
us.
happen while I was gone?
Let me see. I don't know. Oh, there you go. I don't think that. Oh, I have the. I'm hitting the wrong button. That's what I've been hitting. This might make it a little bit better for me to be heard.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Is that better?
Yeah. Oh,
I've
sorry.
been changing the wrong knob. Okay, there we go. He's. I don't. Have you guys missed anything? Have you guys said anything else to him?
No.
Okay.
All right. I will tell you right now, like he's saying, there's no level of, he's been bound to basically undeath for 500 years before you guys heard of him. He doesn't want to be forgotten, but there's not a version of humiliation or intimidation that will get him to help you guys. But he is willing to help. Just to clarify.
All right. What if instead of free reign, two things?
Yes.
One, the music stops. And I'll look at you, Femian, for confirmation that that's okay.
I will.
Two, there's something you've been asking for since we got here.
Yes.
What if I gave that to you?
Do you promise?
Only for a short while, I hope.
I stay. They stay if they want to.
You let me talk to her until the conversation is done. And I will tell Acostus that he doesn't need to bring in the wretches and filth of the street to help his cause.
We stay.
By all means, I would love an audience. One second.
Should we make an oath?
What would that oath be?
That you'll do everything in your power to stop Acostus, if we grant you this. Not that I don't trust you, you see.
I will swear an oath that I will get him, that I will sincerely guide him away, attempt to guide him away from bringing in the filth and the wretches of the streets into his army, the people that won't benefit him to die. I'm not going to bind myself to stopping all of his efforts.
All right. What do you think? Friends?
I will do my part if you're willing to make that effort.
Then I think that we have a deal. An oath. I swear an oath that if you let me have a full conversation with Kyra, a full conversation.
With us present.
Sure. That you will allow me, that I will deliver with full sincerity the message to Acostus. That he doesn't need to bring in any of those people.
Now the conversation can't be like 300 years long now. Come on.
No, I know. Just long enough to catch up, old friends. Chandris goes, also, you have to ask him not to go to the Temple of Lutheria, not to bother with any of the cult of the snake there. He needs more important things to work on at this time. Esther says, oh, of course. Of course.
And he can't know about our involvement in this. No telling him we sent you.
Are we agreed?
I'll hold out my hand.
Grasping nothing, you feel the power shake through the room. The room shudders and holds under the strength of the oath flowing through it. And Esther says, there, now I've agreed to the part about the filth and the wretches and the
Amethyst
collateral damage.
Temple.
Well, I didn't say I agreed to that. I just said, of course, when he asked. I never said I swore an oath to do those things, but I did swear to help with the rest. So let's continue that part. Would you be so kind as to fetch Kyra? And Chandris goes, well played. Will one of you come with me? I'll go get her.
I'll go.
I'll go with you.
I'll take
Oh.
the sheet with me.
Okay. Show of hands, who's coming to go get Kyra? All right, so Euphemia goes out with Chandris. You two go to get him. As soon as you guys are out of earshot, Chandris goes, there aren't any cult of the snake in the temple of Lutheria, but with any luck, he'll stop looking around for your friends. Let's go get Kyra. Do you know how difficult it is to do a double deal with yourself?
I wasn't gonna call him out on that in the middle of the conversation, but I had a feeling that that was a misdirect.
No, that's why he knew he worded the deal poorly. Role playing two tricksters against each other. You guys go find
Let's get the
Kyra.
god of trickery.
If I have the opportunity to, just as
Mhm.
we're passing through, if Nessa happens to be by, I will give her the sheet of music.
Yeah, she
No
was just looking.
context.
She's like,
This is the
"Oh,
song that
thanks."
never ends.
The role of Nessa will be played by Dev Cameron. So anyway, you go find Kyra, and Chandris goes, your services are needed, Kyra? And she turns and looks at Cleon, and she says, so you need his help enough that you need me to talk to him?
We wouldn't ask if it weren't important. We worry for the safety of, well, you know.
Is Callista going to be there?
She is, as will the rest of us.
She starts walking.
While they're
Huge.
out, I want to write a sending to Chandris in my tome that just says, as much as we trust you and appreciate your help, it may be wise to let this just be us. For Kyra.
Somehow he sends you back an annoyed sigh. And just sort of parts ways when you guys get to the door. And as you guys, the door opens, Kyra steps in, takes a deep breath, looks around and holds, and just sees Callista and walks over to her and just reaches out and sort of grabs Callista's hand. Hello? Kyra, old friend. We have so much to discuss. So much to catch up on. Let's talk about old times, shall we? I'll see you all in 15 minutes. Thank you all. We're going to take a 15-minute break. I'll see you all at about 8:10.
See you all in a bit. I can't even. I was hoping, honestly, I was hoping to avoid this whole time, but it had to happen at some point, right?
I'm surprised it's happening, but here we are.
I mean, we couldn't finish this campaign without a conflict between Kyra and Esther. Like,
yeah,
come
true.
on. Chekhov's
It had
gun.
to happen.
It's what she'd want if she weren't involved, okay?
That's
Yeah.
true. That is the most accurate thing.
This time you get to be the bard of this. You get to be the storyteller of this, Cal.
Put it on the big screen, baby.
I'm excited. All right, 15, y'all.
All right,
See you soon.
back in a bit.
See ya.
Hello, hi, welcome back to Roll for Bowl. We are in the depths of it. We are in some muck now. Our heroes have made a deal that they will get a help from Esther Arcalanter, the original Dragonlord, in exchange for him getting to speak with Kyra. Kyra was the goddess who originally gave him the powers he needed to commit the horrors that he did. And so we come and confront those demons. Does anybody have anything they want to share before we get back?
Nope.
What I will say is we have some people in the audience who are starting their adventure with Odyssey of the Dragonlords this Thursday, and their story is just starting. If you want to join your adventure, I'm putting a link in the chat right now. There are 2 seats left in the group, and GamerBot's going to be there. And this is a session 0. It's completely free, where we plan out our adventure. Each adventure is completely unique, not just the places you go, but the decisions that you make and what destiny your characters have. The islands that these fuckers have gone to have been based on what paths they chose for the characters. So your adventures would be very different. If you want to join that quest, here is a link. Shall we begin? Wouldn't it be great if this was a rap battle?
Oh my god. Mechanical note for Ben. Since Kyra is holding my hand, I would like to be continuously casting guidance.
yeah. That's fair.
Just in case something happens.
And you
My
guys,
fists are technically magical. That means I can punch ghosts now, right?
Yeah.
yes, he is the walls of this. There's not a specific spot for him. You can hurt him by hurting the Dryad.
Okay.
And I can hurt him because he's a ghost, and my fists are magical, which can therefore hit ghosts, right?
Yes, if you hurt the Dryad, you will hurt him as well.
I don't wanna
So
hurt
you
the
will
dryad.
hurt the dryad.
I just want to hurt him.
Mood.
Okay, then hurt the Dryad.
Next.
Aha.
Cute.
Was it Kyra says, you wanted to talk to me. And he said, well, can you blame me, Kyra? I missed you.
Oh, gross. Oh, I have to mute myself. Sorry.
You're allowed to talk during this.
No. This is Jen talking, not Cray. Mute.
This is the worst character I ever made. Says, I missed you. I never got to say something to you that I wanted to say a long time ago. And Kyra just sort of squeezes Callista's hand and goes, what's that? And he says, thank you. Kyra just sort of stands there. She has no reaction. Callista, I want you to make an insight check right now with advantage. The rest of you can make an insight check. Callista makes one with advantage.
All right, so first roll is 22.
Mhm.
Second roll is 25.
I don't think it's physically possible for me to make this roll, so I'm just not.
Mhm.
Kiki
Mine's an
gets a
18.
natural 20.
A natural
Wow.
20 for Kiki. Yes.
Excellent.
I'm paying attention now.
And what'd you get, Cray?
18.
You see that Kyra is standing completely still at attention, almost like one of those like British guards, you know, that just like doesn't react. And you see her in full like falling back into her performance role. Like she is just completely, she is playing the role of someone who doesn't give a shit right now, and you know that it's taking everything she has to pull that off. She goes, I'm glad that I could help you. He goes, you don't mean that. She goes, I don't mean that. He says,
Sorry.
you know, your friends had questions for me. And since you and I made such a good team so long ago, I wanted to ask you if you had any thought on these questions. And she goes, what would that be? They asked if I knew the name of the Geigans that died. If I knew the leaders and the people that were there. I thought you might know. Because you write down all of these things. You spent all this time documenting the stories that happened. Didn't you write down the stories? And she said, yes, I've been writing them for 500 years now. Yeah. You don't have the names of the Geigans, do you? He says, no. He says, why is that, Kyra? That seems a blind spot for you. She says, you know why. And he says, but we're having a conversation, and that's what I was promised, Kyra. So can you refresh my memory? It's not what it used to be. I'm old, you see. I'm 500 years old. Older than I'm supposed to be in this ship. So please, indulge me. Why don't you have the names? Their records burned with everything else. That's right. Did you know that that's where they went? That that's why you don't know their history? Not because of me. Callista. Did you know that? I thought we were owed a conversation, my dear.
With me?
Did you know that's where the names went?
I didn't, but it does speak to the fact that records are awfully hard to maintain.
Yeah. But you know the names of the people that got rid of them.
For now.
Did you know that your friends, Kyra, threatened me a minute ago by threatening to expunge my name from history and records? And Kyra sort of like starts to turn to look at Callista, then stops. You know you're as culpable as I am, Kyra. To get rid of my name, they'd have to get rid of yours. Do you think that they'd do that? To erase all of my deeds, they'd have to erase yours as well. Do you think that they would, Kyra? Again, any of you can jump in, but I'll just go ahead. And Kyra will just say, I wouldn't blame them if they did. Right. Because for every reason they hate me is just a reason that they should hate you, but they got to know you for a little while in the show you put on. Isn't that right?
I don't understand why. I mean, it's a conversation between you and Kyra, but what makes you think that we'd ever get rid of her?
Same reason you want to get rid of me.
No, she's at least doing something about it. You're just being a fart in the wind.
You're so clever. Kyra, have you redeemed yourself then? Are you doing something about it? This thing here is right. You are trying. So have you succeeded? And Kyra says, I'm trying more. Go ahead.
She's done more than you. You want forgiveness?
No.
Well, there's your first problem. And that's what makes you different.
So would you forgive Kyra?
I already have.
On behalf of satyrs everywhere, you've forgiven Kyra.
On behalf of myself, I've dedicated myself to doing what I can to clear her name and make things up for her. Yes.
Euphemian.
Cleon, actually.
Sure. I don't see why I should disrespect you and call you that. That's not the name that you killed for, is it? You earned the other name, Euphemian. You deal in blood yourself, actually. You killed to take this name and then you killed to let it go. So you, more than anybody, might be qualified to discuss whether Kyra can be forgiven because you yourself seek redemption in blood. Isn't that true? So, how much did Kyra need to help to atone for the thousands of lives that everyone has forgotten because of her? What point did she hit her salvation? What date?
I'm never going to get salvation for the one life that I've taken. Nor will she ever get salvation for those that she is complicit in taking. But what matters is that we try.
Oh,
You revel in it
Kyra.
like a pig wallowing in shit.
Regretting
do.
actions is the first step. You certainly don't regret anything that had happened. Some people are able to feel that remorse. I want to make it better. And right there, that does make them better. Just for that.
I suppose it does.
There's a lot of
Kyra.
introspection that happens, and all I see here is just a bag of dicks. And a bag of dicks don't have a lot of introspection, so. You're
But
just
we
a
do
bag
have
of dicks.
clarity. We do have clarity.
On
Kyra,
being a dick?
on knowing who we are. Kyra, Euphemian's forgiven you for being complicit in what happened. Callista, you feel Kyra's hand squeeze you like it's gonna fucking break. And he says, is that the word he used? You used? Kyra? Complicit? You worm.
I'm gonna position myself in between him and her without letting go of her hand. So
You
just kinda step.
worm. You liar and you wretch. You're still running. You set the fire. Complicit, my ass. You did that. You didn't help me do that. You did that. And you know that nobody. I wanted to talk to you so much about so many different things, but I think that you're still having those conversations in your head. Tammy's mom, Callie, they said they couldn't hear you, Callie. Callista said
Oh.
that she was positioning herself between her and Kyra, or Kyra and Esther. Says, well, let me ask you one more time, just one more clarification. Once more, you find yourself within the arms and legs of someone that you hope will redeem you and give you meaning. Do you think you got it right this time? And how much are you betting on it this time? Kyra's gonna squeeze Callista's hand and look at each of you for a second and say, and tell me if you guys can hear this because I might be a little quiet, so tell me right if you can hear it. She says, I have spent the last 500 years studying stories. And I'd like to think about redemption arcs and changes, and there's this term heel turn that's coming up, and it's interesting. I don't think that people I think that Cleon and Callista, Craren and Kiki are right. I don't think that people get fully redeemed. Because I don't think the world's that simple. I think that people try and people want to be redeemed. And I'm going to keep wanting to try. I don't have to get your voice out of my head. I just need their voices to be louder. And that's not really hard to do. Because you're horrible. And you're right about me in a lot of ways. You're also just a bag of dicks. Well, then here's to the nights that you can keep my voice quieter than theirs. And sometimes, I hope you believe that you've deserved that. He says, it was good to see you again, Esther. And he says, likewise. Thank you for reminding me that the story that I told continues to live on in you. She goes, that's one of them. I've got other stories to tell too. Some of them are in gold, and I have this silver sheet that I don't think you're ever going to read, but it is incredible. I'm going to go brainstorm with them, if that's okay with you. Just be my guest. She's like, by the way, Callista, you know what? You'll just get jealous. And she just goes, can we go now? She turns to all of you. She goes, was that it? Was that the deal? And was it gone?
It certainly seems like a natural conclusion to me.
Esther says, I'll see what Acostus is up to. And the room goes quiet. Kara says, well, that was fun. I did get a few ideas for things I wanted to write. Is it okay if I go write them now? Can we talk about that outside?
Let's go.
And she walks outside. And you see her walking along the deck, and she starts walking faster and faster. And then she gets up to the top of the deck, and those that follow her see her just sort of sit down, collapse on the deck, and put her hands like head in her hands like this, on her, like she's sitting down on her knees by herself for a moment. Anybody can be there or can do whatever they want to do.
I'll approach her and kneel down next to her and just, I'm not going to move her face from her arms, but I will put my hands on either side of her head and then just lean my forehead in and touch it against her head and just say, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for doing that. You may have just saved a lot of lives.
That was really, really difficult. It also wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Craven has this way with words that I don't really.
I don't think anyone can be trained to come up with a way to speak like Craven.
Like I could write a sonnet in iambic pentameter off the top of my head about the foulness of that man. And I don't think I could beat Fart in the Wind.
Technically,
That was
I
your
think
Fenian.
I came up with that.
Oh,
That
I'll
was
have to
your
credit you
Fenian.
properly. I'll have to credit you properly.
Megadix was
Sorry.
mine. Megadix was
Okay.
mine. Yeah.
Agadix was yours. So I help people by doing that.
A lot of people, Kyra.
I think the important thing here, Kyra, is that you helped yourself in a way.
Hope so. He's scary, but also he's just a voice right now. And he said that he's a voice in my head, but he's right. He can't say anything to me that I haven't said to myself.
You're quiet again, Ben.
So he says, I've heard a lot of those things in my head for a while because I know how he thinks. So he can't really say anything to me that I haven't said to myself, and I've done a lot of other things. And I think I'm always going to be that person. But I can be this person too.
That's what makes you different from Esther. That's what makes all of us different from Esther.
I mean, it's one of many wonderful things that make you different from Esther, but
yes.
go on, Craven.
But whether we want to show it or not, we do give a shit about this world. We give a shit about what happens in its future. And all he wants to do is live in his disgusting past and not even think about that or anything else. You want to make things better.
I did do that, you know. I did. I didn't just give Esther the power to create fire. That was me. I don't think I told you that it was me directly before.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
I was just ashamed. It was already bad enough.
Do you want to go back to Mitros and Burn down the academy library?
No, no.
Then you've learned.
Too late, Euphemian already did that. Sorry.
It was the gymnasium, and it was an accident.
It was still part of the academy, but moot point.
Being a goddess is hard, and it's a lot of responsibility. You know, when you become the goddess of music, you think you're just going to inspire people forever. And I mean, technically you do. I don't want the four of you to always be worried about me. I want to be telling your story. And I want to be lifting you up as much as I can. I want to be passing all of this on to you. So, I'm sorry, but also thank you. And
That's what family and friends do. Is we lift each other up and help each other, and in times of trouble we ask for that help back. So yeah, we worry about you, but we know that you worry about us a lot too.
I mean, isn't it just fair that everybody gets a dramatic arc? It would be awfully boring if you just stayed the same person from the beginning of the story to the end.
he's static. He doesn't change. He's got the one note. Bag of dicks. Yeah, I like that I have an arc. That does feel good. I'm happy.
I'll
I
see
can
who
do
wants to
this
be a
too.
bag of dicks all the time anyways.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone that actually is. So yeah. No, I was just thinking I have a lot of notes of weird things I've seen. I don't think that's a thing. I'm gonna meditate for a little while. Write down a lot of this. It's gonna be very hard to write this impartially, but I'm gonna try. So I want to work on that for tonight, but if that's all right.
Okay.
But thank you all.
Can I do one last insight check to see if I feel comfortable leaving her alone?
Well, yeah, no, she's fine.
Okay.
She legitimately, she's got emotions to process and doesn't feel great, but she legitimately just wants time to process and actually write down what's happening. She's upholding her whole, everything needs to be documented no matter what. So she's going to try and throw herself into her work of admitting that this is a thing that needs to be part of the story when you tell it later. So what was anybody else want to do?
I think I'll send a message out to Seema to the effect of, we've tried to do what we can to affect Estor, Acastus. God damn it, names.
I need you to get this into 25 word sending.
Okay, hang on. Let me just get this out. Okay.
I'm okay with TLDR, but it sounds like you're trying to put in enough that challenges that.
I think I'll say it like a 25-word message saying something like, hello, my love. We've done what we can with Acastus. Keep tabs. Let us know if anything else changes. I love you. Mwah. I don't know if that's one whole word, but that's what we'll do. I don't know.
Wonderful. Let me see. I don't even intend for you guys to engage in that. I just intended for it to be foreshadowing of something. And then you guys are like, oh, well, let's pull the, let's, hit the biggest red button that's been in the campaign.
We're all so quiet.
I'm writing one last
I'm writing
thing.
notes.
Okay, she's gonna write back. Thank you. I don't know thank you. I don't know what to expect, but I'll keep an eye out. I'll let you know if 25 words. I love
Yeah.
you, Craven.
This is like the first time she actually said I love you back, I think.
There you go. Out of mercy and respect for Tammy's mom, I'm gonna remove that song from the playlist. My apologies.
My dog just kicked me.
Your dog likes the song.
You probably
So-
deserved it.
So this is another one of those sessions that's one quick thing before bed, but is there anything else anybody else wants to do?
Maybe just at the end of the evening, as everybody's off retiring, I'll just go find Cleon and I'll just to check in on him and see if he's doing okay.
Yeah. I was about to ask who Cleon was, but Cleon, how you doing?
Sorry, did you have something?
You said Kiki said you were checking on Cleon, right?
Yeah.
So Cleon,
Yeah.
what were you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm holding it together is probably the best way that I would put it. Now, just it's hard to. It's been a lot. It's been a very big day.
That is very true.
I would just sort of hold her hand and be like, "You never seem to have the same level of repercussions. You were in the. You had to have have killed hundreds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just compartmentalize that?
I guess I sort of do. I just always looked at it really as it was my job. You know, I was a soldier. That's what I was told to do. You carry out your orders without question. And like I said, it wasn't until I was talking with Dora, the healer, that she made me realize that there is more out there than just following orders. Yeah, I guess I feel bad for the lives that I've taken. I mean, life is precious no matter whose it is. So in a way, I guess I do regret having done that. But at the same time, it sounds horrible saying it out loud, but I'm not beating myself up over it. Because I guess it wasn't my decision. But at the same time, I am looking at it a little bit differently with everything that we've all been through, with what you've been through, with earlier today with Kyra and Estor. And I guess it all just comes to a point that once you've realized what it is you've done and how you feel about it. If you're trying to make it better, maybe atone for it would be a good word. But if you're just trying to do better to not do that again, what more can you do? Because you can't take back those actions. You can only try to do better. And that's why I changed my direction in my life, and it brought me to all of you guys. I don't know. It's a very, very difficult place to be in. But if you just try to do better, try to do good, that's all I do.
I thought that it was enough, you know. Yes, I'd gone through and I'd killed him as a child, and yes, I'd hoped to live a good life and hope that was enough, but more the question becomes, now he's alive, or he was in some fashion, and the first thing I do is go back to kill him again. Have I changed? Am I any better off now?
That was not... He wasn't alive. He wasn't a person. He didn't bleed. This was just a manifestation to play on you, to make you doubt yourself. You were a child, Cleon. You've thought of a solution. You know better now. That thing we fought was just as bad as Esther. He was taunting. He was a bag of dicks, as Cray would say. That is just a manifestation to make you doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. Yeah, you did something horrible when you were younger, but you've learned from it. If you knew what you know now at the age when you did that, you might take a very different path. You've learned from that. He was not alive. Those hags just used those words because they knew that that would get a rise out of you. You are a good man. You've done great things. And you'll do more good things. I think you've rubbed off on Cray. Like, he's said, I love you. I've heard him talking to that little ball of his, talking to Seema. He's told her that he loves her.
It was a private
I mean,
conversation, man.
That's what you think. We don't have walls here. But no, you've done great things. You're doing good. You need to believe that.
Well, maybe tomorrow I'll start believing that. For tonight, I
Fine.
think I just want sleep.
Fine, you stubborn man. I'll believe it enough for both of us tonight. I'll give you a kiss on the cheek.
I'll grab her and bring her in for a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Did I ever tell you my mother's name was Calidora?
What? That is so close. That is so weird. Huh.
Oh, we.
Continue
Yeah.
kissing him. Really? You want to talk about your mom right now?
Elsewhere.
They're probably like Luke and Leia or something. Hopefully not.
Elsewhere. Callista. You feel an urge to eat. A hunger. In your thoughts, which is weird because you're not hungry, but you feel this desire for something delicious in your head. And after a moment, you realize these aren't your thoughts. As a small voice in your mind through a link imposes upon you the knowledge that it is hungry for something delicious, not for food, but for something delicious. It's your action, what you would like to do.
Okay, I'm gonna literally just like hold her up and look at her, Ismeen up and look at her like directly in her face, and I'm just gonna say, 1 second, and then I'm gonna set her down, and I'm gonna literally take my bag and just dump it out in front of her.
She looks
So-
at all of it.
All my cards, all of my like instruments and my gemstones and ink and
So basically,
all of
your
these
whole
things.
inventory bag. You're
Yeah,
just-
Clothing.
right in front of her.
If I recall. Yeah, if I recall correctly what I was doing for, she looks at them and she goes to one of the gemstones, one of the emeralds, and she's just like, and she bites on it, but doesn't like leave too much more. Bites on it. Delicious. Without actually biting, without actually devouring it, just bites it and goes, delicious, and takes it and drags it over, and then comes over and takes another one, and he takes her and goes, these are delicious. And just starts to like, well, I guess the term is hoard them. As we fade into the night with this new communication, and she would ask, are you hungry?
Maybe a little bit. I'll think back and I'll just reach out and I'll grab my pan flute that is like my like ancestors and just kind of like set it in my lap.
When you reach for the pan flute, she jolts up to attention until she realizes you're not reaching for one of the jewels, and then she just sort of curiously watches you grab the pan flute.
And I just like set it in my lap.
And just delicious, and just like starts to like taste these and take them aside.
Delightful weirdo. Love her.
We'll do the long rest next session, but as the morning starts and the sun rises, there's nothing on the horizon, which is why Clotha looks around and looks below and sees that the water seems a little more shallow here. You can see the coral and the dolphins swimming along. And she's looking at them thinking, this is a beautiful morning. They have to be careful because it seems shallow water, but it's a beautiful morning until she looks closer and sees that's not a dolphin. And she sort of looks down, tries to decide whether to say something or whether to call for help. And then, bursting out of the water, less a dolphin and more hi! Oh my gosh, what are you doing out here? Did you come to meet us, or are you just exploring? I bet I know who you are.
A fishy version of Nessa?
No,
A
Nessa.
seahorse version of Nessa? Mermaids?
And we'll meet the mermaids next week.
Oh!
Thank you all
my
for coming to
God.
this session.
Oh man,
So
we're gonna drown us
awesome.
all.
Thank you all for coming to
wicked.
this session. One last shout out, just purely for my own business sake, but if you want to join this campaign yourself, I'm opening a new one up this Thursday. There are 2 seats left, and the first session this Thursday is completely free. Let me know if you want to jump in. I put the link in the chat. Thank you all very much. Does anybody have any other things they want to say, do, ask, whatever, before we head out?
You
We
guys
love
are
you
all
all.
amazing. Esther is a bag of dicks.
Yeah, that was a lot.
As Cray would say.
You guys are
Oh,
amazing. Thank you so much for
thank you.
joining. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
All right.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.